There we go. Hi, this is Jodi Susan with Susan Essentials. I have Mike Stapleton here today, and I'm so excited because we're going to talk about food sensitivity testing, which is offered through Cell Science and LCAT and through my company, Susan Essentials. And I'm just going to quickly talk to this for a quick moment. It's a personalized. LCAT basically helps with personalized eating. So that person does not look like really happy, right? And this person doesn't look very happy either. He's itching. So if you're symptomatic, right, with things like weight, respiratory disorders, stress and burnout, you have inflammation, you have gastrointestinal disorders, headaches, okay, depression, ADD, ADHD, any of those things. If you are symptomatic, it's always a good thing to look at your food supply and how is your food supporting or not supporting your daily activities. So Mike is going to chat about how this worked for him, and I'm going to put him in the spotlight.
I'm here. All right.
Thank you. Let me just say thank you very much for being here and being a stand-up help.
Sure. No, I was first introduced to this program by a friend that said I should come to this event and hear about functional food program. And from there, started on a journey to take charge of my health. I was diagnosed with coronary artery disease, and the doctor said I need to change what I'm doing. So it was a really big wake up call, because I want to see my granddaughters get married, and the drive for that is pretty strong. So I went on a.
We're supposed to live to 120, right, Mike?
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah, with vitality.
Absolutely. So went to this Purple Sprout Cafe in Des Plaines and heard the presentation, and Jodi did a great job, and I just wanted to know more about it. So I signed up, and they took some blood tests and found out what I was really sensitive to, and a lot of alarming things came up. But before I go into that, I always had chronic inflammation and really didn't know how to get rid of it.
What did that look like for you? What did the chronic inflammation look like for you?
Just painful joints, and mostly all the time.
Any skin or puffiness or anything like that, or skin issues or gastrointestinal,
Yeah, the puffiness came under my eyes, and I found out later it was from a gluten sensitivity. So you stop eating gluten as much as you can, and that goes down. The doctors always told me it was a thyroid problem, but then to test the thyroid, and it was normal. But so
you actually don't really know until you look, right? Because unless you test for all these foods, you're just doing guesswork, right? And you said you had a coronary, you had a heart problem, basically, right? So
it's just too much plaque in the coronary artery. So
yeah,
I got an MRI, and it just said, "Hey, you have a 90% chance of a heart incident." I'm like, "What, am I going to die before I get out of this room, or what?" So.
And we said no.
We said no.
Right.
But then I got the tests, and the blood work showed pretty alarming food allergies, because These are things I took and I ate it just about every week.
So what were some of the food sensitivities that came up for you that were alarming?
Um, Severe sensitivity was apples and to turkey.
Wow, apples and turkey.
Yeah, and
Right?
this
And they
was
say eat an apple a day to keep the doctor away, right?
right,
Yeah.
and that's the opposite for me. So then, being an Irishman, we eat a lot of potatoes. So sweet potatoes, especially, were a big no-no for me. I ate a lot of them: salmon, pistachios, watermelon, cinnamon, um, and
Yeah, I remember cinnamon. We had to look at
peanuts.
cleaning supplies too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So, and then the pistachios. What did we do with the pistachios when you had sensitivities to that?
it's funny you ask me that because I was at your kitchen table,
Mhm.
and as a normal good host you are, you had a bowl of nuts sitting there, and I grabbed a few and ate them, and uh, instantly started to scratch my forearm, my left forearm.
Mhm.
So skin sensitivity came right up, and of course, Jody, who you are, he said, "Well, let's reverse that." So we did a BOD treatment, and in, in about 20 minutes, I had some more peanut or pistachios, and sensitivity was gone after the treatment. So it got me really intrigued that this is really going to work. So
Yeah, and so it's really important, I think, for people to know is that there are real solutions. They're non-invasive. The most invasive part about this is that you had to have a blood test, right?
yeah, and that really, to me, legitimized the whole thing, because usually you can take supplements, you read the back of the bottle, and you go, all right, this sounds like it could be for me. But when you get a blood test and it identifies
Mhm.
areas, I mean, it's extensive. I mean, I've got
Yeah,
pages and pages of it.
right. So here's like kind of like a big blow up of a test, right? Of all the foods that we're testing. Um, here's page 2. Uh, these are, I believe, all the functional medicine foods, right?
Yeah.
And then thirdly, we have um, what do we have here? This looks like all the antibiotics, molds, preservatives, and food additives. Now, I don't recommend that anybody do this, but some people just need to have the proof that this stuff is causing inflammation in your body, right?
Right.
And I think that the really cool thing that I'd like you to expand upon, and I'll kind of prep you for that. So there was a CNA test, which was your where we tested for nutrients
Mhm.
that your body was maybe didn't have the right levels, right? And which antioxidants were best unique to you, Mike.
Mhm. Mhm.
So we were able, so you were no longer just buying supplements to buy supplements, and you didn't have a strategy of hope to hope that they work. You knew that they were going to work because we knew the best antioxidants for your body. How did that make you feel?
It really empowered me to move forward and stick with it, because so many times I tried something and it just didn't work. So I just put the supplement in the back of the closet or back of the cabinet, and one day get enough of them and throw them out. So it really gave me a direct path to get well. And I was really looking at, I love fruits and vegetables, and strawberries were a mild problem for me, but it could, work those in gradually as time went on. Uh,
Well, yeah, so it's a program where we take out the foods that are unacceptable
mhm.
for a certain period of time based upon your results, and we bring them back in. But I think what I do different, and we'll just do this. So, what I do different from other people, other practitioners, is that I show people how to reverse these sensitivities. So
Yes.
you're not stuck with the information. You're not stuck not having the foods. You get to eat it whenever you want. So eventually, not right away. So
Right. Right.
and put you a clear path for health. No guesswork, including a food plan. And
Mhm.
is there and if anybody wants to learn more, you can reach out for a free consultation. You can call me at 847-738-0242. You can email me at jodi@susanessentials.com. You can go to the website when you get there, which is www.susanessentials.com. There's a big red button that says free consult. Right? That makes it easy. So we've got just less than a minute. Anything else you want to add, Mike, to that?
Well, the plan didn't only say what was causing a problem, foods were causing a problem. They actually gave you a list from the blood work of things that you should have no reaction to. And that was really helpful because a lot of them I love to eat these foods, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't eat enough of them. So it kind of gave you an idea of really, these are okay.
Well, yeah, and so that's the acceptable. And I know that you wanted to talk about, and so I think we'll just end up going a few minutes over. You wanted to talk about what happened when you got sick and that smoothie that we made based upon the results of this test.
Oh yeah, that was really a game changer. Where back in May of this year, I had COVID and was in the hospital for 5 days, and I was like really not getting better very fast. Um, I talked to Jody, and she looked at my LCAT charts and just made some smoothies for me that were really nutritious. And um, the nurses said after I'd taken it for 2 days, she says, they go, well, we didn't expect you to leave the hospital so soon. Uh, Whatever was in those shakes, it must have really helped. I said, well, my nutritionist recommended them, and it's all related to my body, what it needed. And it turned it around. So I was out of the hospital in 5 days.
Yeah, and 2 days after getting the smoothies.
Yeah.
So what's really cool, and I just want to kind of bring this up, is that we used all the food, not all the foods, but I selected foods for you that were on your acceptable profile. So I went to your list of acceptable fruits and veggies that were all anti-inflammatories and made your smoothie based upon that.
Yes.
And so this is a very powerful tool that you can have in your tool belt. And in a time where people want to really reclaim their health, I think this is, a great way
Mhm.
to support yourself. Is there anything else that we should add to this, or?
Well, no, I think as time goes on, I stick to this plan, and uh, now I'm more active. I work out 3 days a week. I golf as many times a week as I can. Inflammation I have are really just from the exercise, and then I
And
get,
that's normal.
and that happens, but it's not because it's not already there before I go exercise. So uh,
Yeah, and then an Epsom salt bath, right, with some lavender essential oil. Get rid of that, that muscular pain from golfing. Whatever 16, 32 holes, whatever it is that you did. Yeah,
how
you
about
are
18?
a madman.
Yeah, you're not a golfer, so 18.
Okay, whatever.
I know.
Actually, I am a golfer, but I haven't golfed. I didn't golf for about 21 years, and I got out back on, started golfing again about 4 weeks ago, and I was surprised at how well I hit that ball. It was amazing, but this is not what we're here to talk about. So,
No, we're not.
so we'll just leave that. But if anybody wants to see a good golf video, I did tape it. So, all right. Well, I am so grateful. First of all, thank you for stepping up and taking control of your health. And, really what you did is all about self-love and self-care.
Yeah.
And I'm so inspired by your health journey. And I'm even more grateful that you are willing to share with people how this showed up for you and how it worked. So, if anybody wants to reach out, the number's on the screen, 847-738-0242. Going to my website, super easy. You can actually schedule a free consultation for 20 minutes. Super easy. Click the button, pick a time, or email me. So I'm going to end this here.
I want to add one more thing.
So sorry. Go ahead.
During the process of eating right, the toxins had to get out of your body, and they did come out naturally. I mean, it ruined a couple sets of sheets and pillowcases, but you could see the results. Your body's excreting the toxins through your biggest organ, your skin, and it was really remarkable. So don't be surprised if you might have to buy some new sheets or pillowcases.
Or I have a really good cleanser for that, but and we'll talk about that one offline. But yeah, so the toxins will come out of every single pore. It'll come out of your skin, your scalp, sometimes inside your mouth. That's just how that works. And that's just part of the process. And it's okay. You will get through it. It's not the worst thing. The thing is that if you had to process it when it went into your body, it's going to have to process when you decide to get rid of it. Right?
Exactly. So I appreciate you asking me to share my story, and best wishes to you, and God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you. All right. Let me just run the exit. Here we go.